a new band of rebels arose who were determined to carry the fight to Jerusalem.
The SICARRI.
To the SICARRI, anyone who wasn't fighting the Romans was a collaborator and worthy of death.
Many were slain every day, and the fear many were in was worse than the calamity itself.
Where are all you feminists at in this? Or do you only care about what happens to women?
Yeah, where's it when the men are violated?
Hey,
are you coming out and speaking out against them?
Where's the outcry?
Hey, me and Bryson was watching a video where there's like this couple, like, you know, the little pranks that they be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Man was in the middle of the street talking smack, trying to beat his woman, bro. I'm telling you, every dude stopped. You can't do that here, bro. You can't do that over here. You can't do that here. You're stopping this man from beating his woman in public. You can't do that here. But then they put, you know, they do the little switch. Bro, this woman's teeing off on him in the same place as just round, bro. Bro, one dude was so cool, he just walked up and smacked the dude in the head too, saying, why you do that?
And I'm going to tell you like this. And this is what we're going to start talking about too. This is what it comes in the wake of all this this stuff with Polite from a couple weeks ago. All this talk about women, but let me talk about my black father any kind of way. No one is going to give a shit. Because we don't matter. Only women matter. This woman worship and the black woman is God paradigm has been exposed just over this weekend. Because everybody who believes the black woman is God done got ran out of somewhere. Young Pharaoh ran out of Brooklyn with Seti. Prince York ran out of Harlem by Priest Danya Allah. Polite done ran out of Brooklyn to Beverly Hills. Everybody that believes the black woman is goddamn God, everybody who believes that is running out of some goddamn way. This exaltation and this goddamn woman worship that puts the black man in the lowest state, this feminism, crying about this religion, breed, misogyny. No, does your parent, you know what? I don't know what the term is because nobody talks about it. Because no one gives a damn about what happens to men. No one cares when this little black boy is sodomized by a white boy at a goddamn high school. Nobody cares. But is there a term that exists about the oppression of men? Because the black man and the Hispanic man and the Native Indian man is taught by the whole world to be not respected, to be disrespected, to be unappreciated by our own and by everybody else. So if your black father wasn't there, it's okay for you to say you hate him. It's okay for you to call him a coward and a loser. But if your black mother was addicted to crack cocaine when you were in her womb, she's a queen and a god. This is exactly why the only answer is the Bible, period. Because you niggas can believe whatever the hell you want to believe. Your daddy can do no right and your mother can do no goddamn wrong. When she don't even know if your daddy is your goddamn father, man. But she can't do any wrong. Is that misogyny? No, it's balance. Give me that again, what you read, the God out of one.
Which one do you want?
In Deuteronomy that you read.
This is Deuteronomy 16 and 19. Thou shalt not wrest judgment.
Thou shalt not wrest judgment. Read.
Thou shalt not respect persons.
We don't respect persons. If you're a woman and you're a whore and a drug addict and you neglect your kids, we're going to call you what you are. If you're a man and you're a drug addict and you neglect your kids, we're going to call you what you are. By virtue of you having a vagina is not going to get you any extra credit in this instance, nor does having a penis. No matter what you do, you shall receive for the wrong that you have done. Period. That's what you're going to receive. Ain't no, this is a woman, this is a man. You can't say that about no woman, man. I can't say that about no goddamn woman. I don't care who the woman is. If she's wrong, she's goddamn wrong. It's not dishonoring somebody to tell them they're wrong. That's the utmost form of honor and respect. That's the utmost form of love. But you didn't learn that. You know why? Because you're a faggot. because your emotions is what dictates you, because you learned that from your mother who you esteem as God, and some of you niggas didn't even know your mama that believed that. I'm lying? The black woman is God and she's such a great mother, but she abandoned your black ass. But you asking me a million questions about my mother. Nigga, you didn't know your mom to love your mom, nigga.
That's right.
Right? But my mom, I gotta ask her a million questions about that. These Negroes are full of shit, okay? And they want to continue to exalt the woman because they have the hearts of women, because they're ruled by emotions and not laws of God. And the God out of one.
And as you just said, all the brothers that you just listed all ran from their debates and everything, just like women, you know, they flee. They don't want to deal with it. They just run away from the situation.
There you go. This brother is hitting it spot on. They want to run from the situation. They don't want to deal with the facts. Say what you will about the Amon-Ra squad. I know some of them brothers, namely Uncle, right? You know what the Amon-Ra squad came with? Facts. Right? Or at least things that are regarded as accepted by science. Young Pharaoh and Sarah, Sut, and Seti were not going to come with any facts. Period. They weren't. So they ran like hoes. Because you know why? Because the black woman is God. So what is the black woman going to do when you're in an argument with her and she's coming with her emotions and you come with facts? She's going to run. She's going to avoid. She's going to change the subject. She's going to tell you to leave because the white man has empowered her to tell you to leave.
All right.
You see what I'm saying? So what are these Negroes? These Negroes are hoes, man.
That's right.
Hoes. They don't have honor. Don't talk to me about honoring my mother, man. You're not, a lot of you Negroes, you're not honorable. All right? And I'm saying I'm speaking in general, okay? But let the hit dog holler. All right? There's nothing honorable about entering into a covenant with somebody and then backing down and changing it at the last minute because your whole ass is afraid to take an L. When the last time Sarah Sut and Seti won a debate? Can anybody tell me? Against polite is the white man the devil, and that's a give me. I'm impressed. I gotta be impressed because you won a gimme debate. You don't get no points for proving the white man is a devil. All you had to do was read that article we just read and rest. Let that nigga talk for 3 hours. He can't defeat that article. There's nothing. You see what I'm saying? So of course he ran. Of course Seti ran. Of course Pharaoh. All these Negroes. Prince York ran because facts came out. They don't want to deal with facts, right? So they'll backstab somebody. In the case of Pharaoh and Seti, they'll backstab somebody that put them on and made them who they were. This Negro Seti's going around calling himself a general when he has no troops, but he's calling himself a general. Who gave him the name of the general? Sarnetta gave him the name of the general. Sarnetta gave him the name of the general, and he's going to turn around and get over on Sarnetta for thousands of dollars because he's afraid to do a goddamn debate. And he gets on YouTube. He threatens various Israelite groups. He threatens various brothers who he has no business threatening. And we supposed to take him seriously. No, you're emotional like a bitch. You know why you're emotional like a bitch? Because your God is a bitch.
That's right.
Okay. Does that mean all black women? He's calling all black women bitches. He's a messiah. No, all black women are not bitches. But the black women who you guys are talking about as God, they are bitches. That's who a bitch is. The one who you idolize. Okay? Period. That's who a bitch is. Okay? The piece of shit bitch that taught you to be a piece of shit whole ass nigga. All right? And I'm just coming straight. Feel however the hell you want to feel about it. Don't make no goddamn difference to me. There's more on that. The God out of one.
It says, neither take a gift For a gift doeth blind the eyes of the wise and pervert the words of the righteous.
A gift doth blindeth the eyes. We ain't taking gifts over here. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you have. If you're wrong, you're wrong. I don't care about your athletic abilities or community ties, which is allegedly why they let the white boy off for raping a black man with a goddamn hanger in Idaho. I don't care about any of that. You sodomize this brother, you're dead. That's what the Bible teaches us. Until you're ready to man up and submit yourself to a system that's strict, you want black people to keep dying and keep getting molested, and you want them to stay on drugs. You want black women to keep being hoes. You want black men to keep being faggots. You want the switch it up challenge and things of that nature to continually be propagated within your community because the black woman is God. This is horrible. That paradigm has been exposed. The elder priest Daniela asked this goddamn devil, this black devil, Prince York, a very simple question. And I know, Prince York, I have 6,000 ether hair and your mother's why, I get it. But unlike you hoe ass nigga, nobody on the earth can say I'm running and tap dancing for questions. Nobody on this earth can say I'm getting emotional about niggas asking me questions. Nobody. But all this brother asked you was, do you believe in the holy tablets that your father said was 100% truth in his preface that he put out? Do you believe in it? He didn't even ask you a question about what was in it. But you know that that's what the question was leading to, which would expose your faggot organization.
That's right.
And your faggot child molester father.
That's right.
And where did your father learn to molest children from? The white man. His spiritual father, the devil. But I'm supposed to follow you niggas? Supposed to be a hoe ass nigga like you? I don't see that happening. I'm just not cut from that faggot cloth. Okay? Point blank, period. Not us. Go ahead. That was on that. You had something about? On that note, we're gonna go into building up, not being a whole nigga. A nigga that's a righteous and holy and valiant man of the Most High. Give me Zechariah 12:8. Let's go into that, man. Let's go into building up righteous, holy, and valiant brothers, valiant men of valor. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about building warriors that are actually gonna have enough honor and respect for black women to die for them instead of being cowards and tucking tails and running. Huh? So let's go into that. Give me that.
Zechariah 12:8. In that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them, at that day shall be as David.
The feeble shall be as David, man. David was a mighty man in war. You read about that in the Bible. Shall be as David, read.
And David and the house of David shall be as God.
As gods, as angels.
That's right.
The mighty power that we're getting ready to inherit from our Heavenly Father. But let's go into the be as David part. Give me that in 1 Samuel 16 and 18. Somebody, what's in there? There's some of that, give me some of that orange juice. I can't have none of that. Give me some of that orange juice. Go ahead.
You said Daniel what?
1 Samuel 16 and 18. Go ahead, whoever got it.
This is 1 Samuel 16 and 18.
And
the golden mice, according to the number of all the cities and the Philistines.
Salakia. That's 1 Samuel?
1 Samuel 6 and 18.
16 and 18.
16 and 18.
Come.
Gotcha. This is 1 Samuel 16 and 18. Then answered one of the servants and said, Behold, I have seen a son of Jesse, the Bethlehemite.
The Bethlehemite.
The
hood that David hailed from. Read.
That is cunning in playing.
He's cunning in playing. He was talented. He was skilled. He was a musician. Read.
And a mighty valiant man.
And he was valiant. Read.
And a man of war. And prudent in manners. And a comely person.
So he was good looking, wise, talented, and mighty. These are the qualities of David. These are the qualities that all of us need to have. Right? Read.
And the Lord is with him.
And the Lord is with him. These are the qualities that we all need to be having as the house of David, as the tabernacle of David. Right? So let's get into some of them qualities, man. Give me Proverbs 7:2.
Proverbs 7:2. Keep my commandments and live.
Keep my commandments and live. Read.
And my law as the apple of thine eye.
That's what we have to do. Keep those laws. Read.
Keep going.
That's 2.
Come.
That's what we have to do to live. Number 1. That's a part of our life. That's what David did. Did he go off? Of course he did. But he got back up and had a broken and contrite spirit. That's what Psalms the 51st chapter is about. Right there. Right? So give me Mark 7:21. These are the things that we have to do to build ourselves up as holy, righteous, and valiant. As David. He was holy, righteous, valiant, wise, etc. And comely, which deals with proper presentation of oneself. Right? 7:21 in the book of Mark.
Mark 7:21. It says, for from within, out of the heart of men.
Out of the heart of men, read.
Proceed evil thoughts.
This is what you have to learn to do. Not only keeping the law, statutes, and commandments as in doing them. Keeping is guarding them. Watching them. Meaning in your mind they are there. Guarded in your mind. This is how you become righteous and holy. By cogitating and meditating on the law. Read.
Adulteries, fornications, murders, thefts, covetousness.
All the breakings of the law. Read.
Wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, and an evil eye.
And an evil eye. Read.
Blasphemy, pride, foolishness. All these evil things come from within.
All those come from your mind. If you are keeping commandment in your mind, these things will not be in your mind. You will then manifest righteousness in your actions and deeds. That's the balance. Read.
And defile the man.
And defile the man. Read the 23.
That was 23.
I needed 21 to 23.
21 to 23.
That was all of them? Salak, y'all.
It's all right.
Give me Psalms 1 and 2. We have to internalize this Torah. That's the idea. That's how you begin to become righteous and holy and valiant, separate from wicked. When it's in your mind and that's what you think about. And because it's what you think about, it stops you from being the wicked nigga you used to be. It stops you from being susceptible to the enticements of the world. Read.
Psalms 1 and 2. But his delight is in the law of the Lord.
That's what your delight should be in. The law of the Lord. You should be well pleased and you should be happy when you are a righteous man. When you do that in which that God is well pleased with.
That's right.
That's when you should be happy. Read.
It says, and in his law doeth he meditate day and night.
There we go. Meditation, day and night. Your goddamn girl got you going to yoga class, sitting crisscross, throwing up bloods, humming. And you think that's meditation.
You don't let me spit.
It's really kind of demonic.
Hey, that's satanic.
It is.
That's highly satanic.
Very much so.
And they've got you doing it, summoning demons into you, man. But what meditating is thinking about the Bible. That's what you should be doing. Thinking about what's in this book. And when you think about what's in this book and the things, the men that were in this book, the examples that they set God and what he said and things of that nature, that's what the righteous do. They think about what's in the Bible. Go ahead.
That was it on that.
So like, give me 2 Corinthians 10 and 5.
Second Corinthians chapter 10, verse 5. Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Most High.
That's right. You have to cast down these imaginations, right? You first got to cast down your own damn imaginations. Read.
It says, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ.
You see that? You meditate on them laws. So when these thoughts that are contrary to them laws pop into your mind, you bring them under subjection. You bind them by Hashem HaMashiach.
That's right.
That's what you do. You bind those evil thoughts that separate you from the law, right? And in doing that, because you can't do it if you're not thinking about the law. You see that evil thought creep into your mind and you identify it. That's an evil thought. I know better than to do that because I'm in the truth, because I study the Bible. So because you do it, you see it, but you don't just let it fester. You bind it by Hashem HaMashiach Yahushua. Read.
That was it on that.
Salakia, let's get Romans 2:29.
Book of Romans chapter 2, verse 29. It says, but he is a Jew, which is one inwardly.
Inwardly. It's not about being a Jew outwardly. Does this mean you shouldn't be a Jew outwardly? Who can answer? Does that mean you shouldn't be a Jew outwardly because it says he who is one inwardly? No, right? Why no? Because if you're a Jew outwardly, it will manifest. I mean, inwardly, it'll manifest outwardly. But being simply a Jew outwardly does not mean you're a Jew inwardly. That's why Yahweh Shah said is what cometh out of a man that defileth him. Wear all the fringes and the borders you want. If you're a wicked nigga, you're just gonna be one. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
It says neither is
Tribe of Gad was wearing fringes. Aztec was wearing fringes and borders of blue and being wicked, which is why the white man was able to come here. You see what I'm saying? Read. They were Jews outwardly. We could go and look at the artifact and say, look, they got a shield. They got all these various things. These are Israelites. But were they practicing our customs? No, they were following some made-up idolatry, loosely based off of what they picked up from the Canaanites. Read. And
circumcision is that of the heart.
Of the heart. Guess what? There are plenty of people circumcised in America, but their heart isn't circumcised. Read.
In the spirit and not in the letter.
Not in the letter, in the spirit. Because people could try to get around the technicalities of the letter. You cannot literally or literally commit adultery, but you're thinking about it. Read.
It says, and not in the letter, whose praise is not of men, but of the Most High.
Not of men, but in the, you see that? Not of men, but in the Most High. I can see you keep the letter of the law. I can't see you keep the spirit of the law. The Most High, he sees you keep the spirit, whether you in the spirit of the law and you're dancing around technicalities or not. And he will judge you according to that, right? That's what that verse is saying. Don't let a Christian come up and try to tell you nothing crazy about that. That motherfucker know what he's talking about.
He'll tell me that I don't need to be circumcised.
You don't need to be circumcised, brother. You don't need to keep. No, what he's saying is all of that does not translate to it being internal in you. The internalization is what is of preeminent importance. So go ahead. That was it on that?
Yeah, the example of that, man, is not going around on social media. Every time you find yourself at a crossroad to where either you could follow the law or you could break the law, you want to put it on social media like, yeah, let me get a junior bacon cheeseburger, no bacon. You know, you want to post this every time. You know, you put it on Snapchat or something. You know, that's you being a Jew outwardly. All right. It doesn't take for you to try to get the praise of men or the acceptance of men for you to serve the Most High. That's not what you should be looking for. Like the brother said, the spirit of the law. Don't be going all the way down to the letter. It's your integrity, what you're doing behind closed doors. Is how the Most High is going to judge you.
Go ahead.
What did you want?
I needed what do I need?
Last thing that was Romans 2 and
I need 1 Thessalonians 4:4.
1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 4. It says that every one of you should know how to possess his vessel in sanctification and honor.
To possess your vessel in sanctification and honor. This is something that a lot of us were never taught, which is why we do the things that we do. We were never taught these things. We were never taught to honor ourselves. We weren't taught to honor our brother. We weren't taught to honor our women. Only thing we were taught to do was honor the goddamn white man and his laws. That's the only thing we've ever been taught to do in life. In life, period. You see what I'm saying? So we need to learn to possess our vessels appropriately. And that's what the law teaches us, both in letter and spirit. The proper possession of our vessels. You see what I'm saying? That's why this is so instrumental, and everything else just pales in comparison. Right? So read.
That was it on that.
That was it on that. Give me 1 Corinthians 6 and 12. And read 12 down to 14.
First Corinthians chapter 6, verse 12. All things are lawful unto me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but I will not be brought under the power of any.
And this is what we have to understand in everything. Not being brought under the power of something. This is something that we don't learn also. What does it mean to not be brought under the power of something?
Submit to it.
Submit to it. Think of a word, though. It's a word I'm looking for.
Worship and praise.
Slave.
Slave, but what's the other word, deacon?
Wait, what was the question? Sorry.
The power, brought under the power. I will not be brought under the power.
Subjection.
Subjection. Come on.
Authority.
Who got it? All that's good, but I'm looking for something in particular.
Don't tell me.
Come on.
Don't tell me.
What is it? If you're under the power of something, what are you?
Seduced.
No.
I mean, you're all, like I said, all these things are correct.
Under the...
You're addicted. It's an addiction. That's being brought under the power of something. You're addicted to it. Even a lawful thing, Paul said, I won't even be it. Found myself addicted to a lawful thing. Is it lawful to drink wine? Of course. I'm not going to be an alcoholic.
All right.
You see what I'm saying? Did the Lord give you herbs for meat? Yes, he did. Does that mean you're just going to, instead of smoking blunts, eat a weed brownie every time you want so you can be high? No, you're a drug addict.
You're an addict. You're an addict.
You're a drug addict, and that's all that's going on. So with that being said, you being a drug addict and all these various things, don't be that. Don't be brought under subjection. Don't be brought under the power of anything. Have enough power over yourself to rule your vessel properly, to know you're not going to fall and be subjugated to anything. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
It says, meats for the belly and the belly for the meats.
Meats for the belly and the belly for the meats. Read on.
It says, but God shall destroy both it and them. Now the body is not for fornication, but for the Lord, and the Lord for the body. Verse 14, and God hath both raised up the Lord, and will also raise up us by his own power.
You see that? As long as we do right, as long as we possess our vessels properly and in honor. That's the thing. We have to learn what honor is. We have to understand honor properly. Honor is not respect of persons. That's the first thing we must understand. That's not what honor is. There's nothing honorable about respect of persons. Respect of persons is the highest form of dishonor towards somebody. You don't love or honor somebody and go and buy them a pack of cigarettes. You don't do it. It's not going to happen. You see what I'm saying? You don't love and honor somebody and get them high. You see what I'm saying? It's not real. At least say something, and not be a partaker with them, or not be an enabler of what's killing them. Don't do it. That's not love. That's not honor. And don't do that to your damn self, because that's not love and that's not honor of oneself. If you are evil to yourself, as it is written, to whom will you be good? So we must first learn how to be good unto ourselves, so we can then later go out and impact our immediate families and our brotherhood and our nation, right? So now let's go to Matthew 26 and 41. And then we're going to turn it over to Jesus, my last precept on this matter.
Book of Matthew, chapter 26, verse 41. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak.
That's right. This is what's going on. Watch and pray. That's what we have to do. Be watchful, mindful, and prayerful, meaning full of prayer unto the Most High Yahweh through the mediator Yahweh Shai. Our spirits are all willing to be righteous. All of us want to just keep the law perfect and be over righteous. All of our spirits are. in that, in there. They're right there. But you have a hurdle to jump over, which is called flesh. Your flesh is not willing to do it. Your flesh wants to be like you used to be. So with that being said, you need your spirit to transcend your flesh. And this can only happen through spiritual exercise and meditation on the law. And when you begin to do that, you will be a greater impact on everything around you. That's right.